Yesterday, when I was on TikTok Live, I received and trigger questions that really made me think a lot today. And the trigger question was if I ever blamed my father, Michael Jackson, for the child trafficking that ever happened to me. And the trigger question was why Michael Jackson couldn't help me for kidnapping, that I was kidnapped, why he couldn't. And then I was thinking, people in this world are living too many fantasy worlds. That's so if you have money and you are being kidnapped, that everyone can save you. So there is a lot of ignorance in this situation of reality. I have seen people being murdered in front of me. Since the day I was born, I was surrounded with a lot of bodyguards, people that I grow up with that I find normal in my life. So my father, Michael Jackson, had a really good plan to secure me. Even he made this very good plan, there were people who betrayed him. And so people get the information that I am Michael Jackson's secret daughter. And there's nothing that my father, Michael Jackson, could do about. And I was living in a very huge private estate in Haiti when I was deported by the Jackson family to Haiti. My aunt Kelly Petit was family by blood. And so what more safe place could I have been than with my family, living in a private estate where I didn't have to see how poor Haiti was and all the crimes that were going on. I was near my house. It was a private helicopter that landed to bring my father home each time, and my father leave with the helicopter. So they didn't think that someone would kill all this security that my father built surround me, that they will all be murdered. So kidnap me was a whole organization, and I was intelligent and smart enough as a child that I couldn't blame my father for this. When I learned and educate myself what it was that my father was a superstar and so many people want something of him, the longer way I educate myself that I couldn't blame my father for this. So the trigger question yesterday was, why could my father not prevent me being kidnapped? There's nothing in life that you can prevent. You can hope and you can pray that never happened, but you cannot prevent things. So, and the questions that really hit me, because when my father came back into my life, I cried and I blamed him that he had such a stupid people around him. But I never blamed him for that he was responsible for my kidnapping, because when I was kidnapped, I knew that the mafia was around my father and they were abusing him. So that I was being raped almost for 6 years. In the same time, my father, Michael Jackson, had to dealing with being accused of child molester, people trying to take all his money, his fame, putting him down in a worse situation. So my father and I, Michael Jackson and I, we were both being abused and by the system, and no one was really helping us out. So how can I blame my father, or how can I expect my father to save me from kidnapping? So I'm gonna be live tomorrow on TikTok, And I'm going to be very careful with the question that I will answer and the question that I will not answer, because people who have not read my book, Truly the Dark Side of Netherlands or Truly Betrayal, they need to be very careful about the questions that they asked. One of the reasons that I didn't do any interviews when I came to the World News in 2010 was because of these trigger questions. So my world, my expecting of how people see me have really changed, because some people have no audacity to understand my suffering and how much I desire that people read my story, Truly the Dark Side of Netherlands and Truly Betrayal. I have come to understand that many people still see me as a joke. That's why they're asking questions that make me feel very vulnerable. And it's very educational, because I'm really going to protect myself and my integrity. And I want to end this video saying that my father was extremely brave. He did his best. My memorial, Truly Betrayal, to him is to show the world that a Michael Jackson that they never know, and a very brave, young, powerful man who suffered. And what I want to show to the world with my book, Truly the Dark Side of Netherlands, is that political brutality is real, child trafficking is real. Countries and governments are not trying to resolve this. So I will be online promoting my books on any platform that I can find, but that trigger questions that I receive have educated me so much that I want to protect myself. I'm talking about things that can kill me, can destroy me, but it needs to be said, because I do not want to die in silence, and I don't want to be abused as I have been in the system in the Netherlands and by America. I'm an American citizen that was kidnapped to Netherlands through Belgium. My story is real, and I'm not gonna let people get me to this point of thinking they can pass some kind of limits. Because Truly the Dark Side of Netherlands, my story, is really real. Suffering of Michael Jackson is really real. The world have been witness when he went through 2 times accusation of child molester, and I have been raped for almost 6 years and abducted by child trafficking. I have the court papers to prove that in the court that I'm in. So I am really telling a real story, and my life story. And I'm gonna make some dramatic change in how I represent myself in this matter. It's very educational to be live on social media and reading people questions. So I don't know how I'm gonna go live tomorrow, but I'm going to go live, and I will make sure I will not respond on this kind of questions. My father, Michael Jackson, was an incredible, wonderful man. He was funny. I love these crazy videos of people making a little bit fun of him, about him lying about how he changed his face. My father changed his face because a piece of his skull was burned away in 1984, January, in a Pepsi advertise. So he couldn't look like the way he looked before because of what happened to his head. And I love him the way that he was. And I really, really appreciate my father. And I'm doing this journey where I fight the system to make really child trafficking becoming illegal, and let countries put their hands together to make this stop, this child abuse victimize. The mafia couldn't have get my father a better way than accuse him of child molester while his own secret daughter was kidnapped and abused for years. And I'm gonna tell my story. I'm gonna promote my book. How crazy it may sound for many people, this is my life. Through the betrayal and through the darks in the land, this is my life. It was Mocienne Petit Jackson.